Welcome to the Stoic Golden Tribe, where enduring wisdom meets the strength of presence, and where we uncover the truths modern society refuses to teach men. There comes a time in every man's life when he must stop chasing love and start demanding truth, because the wrong woman can drain you of your energy, your confidence, and even your identity, while the right one multiplies your purpose, respects your silence, and supports your growth like sacred ground. The modern world tells men to settle, to tolerate emotional chaos in the name of love, to bend, to chase, to explain themselves again and again to someone who offers them confusion, not clarity. But ancient wisdom tells a different story, one where a man protects his peace, guards his mission, and only allows a woman into his life if she brings these 4 non-negotiables. And if she can't, you walk, not out of anger, but out of wisdom. In this video, we'll break down 4 deep, essential things a woman must offer you for a relationship to be worth your time, your energy, and your loyalty. Each chapter reveals what most men miss, and what you must never ignore. Because a woman can be beautiful, affectionate, even sweet. But if she doesn't bring you these 4 things, she is not the one. So lean in. Reflect. And remember, walking away is not weakness. It's a sign of inner power. Drop a comment below if you've ever had to walk away from a woman who couldn't meet you where you truly stand. Your story might help another man find his strength. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with a brother who needs it. Chapter 1. She must respect your masculine energy, or she'll slowly undermine it. Masculine energy is not about aggression. It's not about overpowering others, barking orders, or flexing ego. It's about direction. It's about purpose. It's about a calm fire, the kind that doesn't rage, but steadily burns. A truly masculine man knows where he's going. He moves with clarity, speaks with weight, and stands on something solid. Not because he's loud, but because he's rooted. And here's the hard truth. If a woman doesn't respect that root, she will try to cut it down. It may not happen all at once. At first, it'll look like playful teasing. Then come the passive-aggressive remarks, the constant need to challenge your thoughts, the habit of interrupting your flow just to get a reaction. What started as flirtation becomes frustration. And before long, you find yourself explaining your value to someone who should have seen it from the beginning. That's the slow death of masculine energy in a relationship, when you're no longer trusted to lead, no longer honored for your vision, and no longer seen as the man you are. But here's what most men miss. You cannot teach a woman to respect your masculinity if she chooses not to. You can't coach her into seeing your value if her heart doesn't feel it. Respect is felt, not forced. It's either there or it's not. In ancient warrior cultures, a woman's reverence for her man's strength was considered sacred. She would not dare undermine his leadership, not out of fear, but out of deep trust. She knew a man in his purpose was not to be disturbed. He was to be supported, encouraged, and admired. Today, many women are conditioned to compete, not compliment. But the right woman will do the opposite. She'll create space for you to think. She'll value your silence. She'll honor your leadership even when she disagrees, because she knows your decisions come from purpose, not ego. And the woman who can't respect your masculine energy, she'll slowly try to reshape you into something more agreeable, more obedient, more dependent, until you look in the mirror and barely recognize yourself. That's when it's time to walk, because no matter how attractive she is, no matter how good the chemistry feels, if she does not respect the man you are at your core, that relationship is a ticking clock. One day, your peace, your mission, and your very identity will pay the price. And here's the most powerful part of all. When you walk away from disrespect, you send a message, not just to her, but to yourself, that you are a man who knows his worth. Drop a comment below if you've ever felt her slowly chip away at your strength, and what made you finally decide enough was enough. Chapter 2. If she can't give you emotional peace, you're already losing. Let's be brutally honest, a man can survive without constant affection. He can go without validation, he can endure pain, isolation, and even rejection. But what he cannot afford to lose is his peace. Your peace is your power. It's what helps you stay composed under pressure, make strategic decisions, lead your life with clarity, and protect those you care about. When a woman takes that away, even without meaning to, your foundation begins to crack, and soon everything you built starts to fall apart. And it never happens overnight. At first, it's just little things. A sarcastic remark when you share a new idea. Passive-aggressive silence when you don't respond fast enough. Sudden distance when you express your emotions. Arguments that feel like traps, not conversations. Disrespect disguised as keeping it real. You try to be patient. You think, maybe she's just emotional, or I'm the man and I can handle this. But brother, this is where most men go wrong. Handling her constant storms doesn't make you stronger, it makes you slowly numb. You start to lose your enthusiasm, your hunger, your fire. You stop speaking your mind just to keep the peace, when ironically the peace is already gone. And while you're busy trying not to upset her, you forget that you're upsetting yourself. Ancient wisdom tells us, a man who guards the fire within must not lay with a woman who throws water on it every night. In old warrior tribes, the home was sacred. The man protected the tribe, but the woman protected his spirit. If he couldn't find calm in her presence, she wasn't considered a true partner. She was seen as a danger, not because she lacked beauty, but because she disturbed the very thing that gave the man his strength. Let that sink in. A high-value woman may not understand every part of your mission, but she gives you space to focus. She doesn't demand emotional babysitting. She doesn't weaponize her emotions against you. She knows how to bring calm, not chaos, alignment, not anxiety. And when things go wrong, she doesn't punish you with silence, tears, or manipulation. She talks, she listens, she seeks peace, not power. The sad reality is many modern men have been conditioned to believe that love must come with drama. That tension and toxicity are normal. That emotional confusion means passion. But let me tell you something clearly. A woman who loves you will never rob you of your emotional safety. She'll never make you doubt your worth. She won't gaslight you into thinking you're too serious, too sensitive, or too cold. She'll create an environment where your thoughts feel heard, where your soul can breathe, where you feel safe just being a man without explanation. And if that's missing, you're not in loving, you're in survival mode. You're not thriving, you're managing. And if you stay too long, you'll start shrinking just to keep a version of her love that was never whole to begin with. So let me speak directly to you now. If she can't give you emotional peace, you will lose far more than just your happiness. You'll lose your motivation, your purpose, and eventually yourself. A woman should not be your storm. She should be your sanctuary. Drop a comment below if you've ever sacrificed your emotional peace just to keep a woman in your life. What did it cost you? And how did you finally reclaim your calm? Chapter 3. If she doesn't believe in your mission, she'll eventually resent your success. A man without a mission is a man lost, but a man with a mission, he is dangerous. He's focused, powerful, and hard to manipulate. He becomes a storm with direction, not chaos, but purpose. Every high-value man must understand this. Your mission is not just what you do, it's who you are. It's the reason you wake up early, stay up late, study when others are sleeping, grind when no one's watching, and dream when everyone else is distracted. But here's the part they never told us. The wrong woman will see your mission as a threat. At first, she'll act supportive. She'll say she loves your ambition, your work ethic, your vision. But soon the truth reveals itself, not through her words, but her reactions. She starts calling your goals obsessive. She complains you don't give her enough attention. She interrupts your focus, then accuses you of putting work before love. She subtly pulls you off course, one emotional guilt trip at a time. Brother, I want you to hear this loud and clear. A woman who doesn't believe in your mission today will resent your success tomorrow. Why? Because deep down, your growth reminds her of her stagnation. Your discipline exposes her laziness. Your direction makes her feel lost. And instead of rising with you, she'll try to hold you in place, emotionally, mentally, even spiritually. This is not partnership. This is sabotage disguised as love. Let's go deeper. In ancient societies, a man's mission was often spiritual. He was either a builder, a hunter, a warrior, a philosopher, or a protector. But always, his work connected him to something greater than himself. The women who stood beside these men understood one thing. The mission comes first, not because it matters more than love, but because love without mission is directionless. They knew if you kill a man's mission, you kill the man. He might still breathe, smile, show up, but inside, he's hollow. You'll see it in his eyes, in his posture, in the way he stops taking risks, stops creating, stops pushing. He becomes a yes man in his own life, domesticated by someone who should have been his teammate, not his leash. Here's a hard truth. Not every woman is capable of loving a man on a mission. It takes maturity, it takes self-confidence, it takes a woman who isn't threatened by your greatness, but inspired by it. A real woman doesn't compete with your purpose, she complements it. She doesn't distract you with drama, and she brings you deeper into focus. She doesn't beg for your time during your grind. She honors your time by helping you protect it. When a woman believes in your mission, she becomes part of it. She fuels you. She reminds you who you are when the world forgets. She challenges you with love, not disrespect. She sacrifices with you. She grows with you. But the woman who doesn't believe in your vision, she will pull you off path, laugh at your ambition. Then one day, when you finally make it, she'll feel bitter that the man you became is too big for the version of you she tried to keep small. And here's the coldest part. If you lose your mission trying to keep her, you'll wake up one day and realize you don't just resent her, you resent yourself. So what do? You walk. Not with anger, but with clarity. Because no woman, no matter how beautiful, sexy, or charming, is worth sacrificing the very thing you were born to do. Let this settle deep. Your mission is the calling. Love is the companion. But never let the companion kill the calling. And if you already feel like you're shrinking your vision just to avoid tension with her, you're not in love. You're negotiating your greatness for temporary comfort. Drop a comment below if you've ever dimmed your light to keep someone comfortable, and what it took to finally reclaim your path. Chapter 4. If she can't be loyal in spirit, not just in body, let her go loyalty. It's one of those words that sounds simple until you live through the pain of realizing someone never truly meant it. As a man, you're taught to look out for signs of cheating. You're taught to guard her body, to make sure she's not texting her ex, not sneaking around, not entertaining strangers in her DMs. But no one teaches you how to protect yourself from a woman who's disloyal in spirit. And that's where the real danger lies. Because a woman can sleep in your bed every night, hold your hand in public, say, "I love you," without hesitation, and still be completely disconnected from your soul. A woman's spiritual loyalty means this. She's not just there, she's with you, in energy, in presence, in alignment. She believes in you, she defends you, she sees what others miss and supports what others doubt, even when you're not winning. But when that spiritual loyalty is missing, you feel it. Not in words, not in actions, but in the heaviness in your chest when you sit next to her. In the way you pause before opening up, afraid she'll use your vulnerability against you later. In the cold silence when you need comfort, but instead she turns away emotionally, leaving you alone in your own home. Brother, that kind of loneliness is worse than being single, because now you're isolated with someone Now you're doubting your worth in the presence of the one who's supposed to remind you of it. Let me take this deeper. There are women who are loyal in body, but in their spirit, they've already left. They stay for security, they stay for appearances, they stay because they're afraid of starting over, but they no longer feel connected to you, and so they begin to disrespect you in subtle ways. She talks to others about your flaws instead of addressing them with you. She compares your ambition to other men's success. She stops admiring you and starts tolerating you. She shows more affection to strangers on social media than to you in private. This is betrayal with no touch, and it cuts deeper than any affair ever could. Ancient wisdom teaches that a woman's spirit is a sacred mirror. It either reflects your greatness or rejects it. In ancient tribes, if a woman dishonored her warrior's spirit, even through gossip, emotional distance, or divided loyalty, she was seen as dangerous, not because she broke a rule, but because she broke a bond. And a broken bond between man and woman was viewed as spiritual sabotage, not just personal hurt. The right woman will guard your name like it's her own. She'll be your armor in private, your sword in public. She'll pray for you when you're struggling, she'll push you when you're slipping, and most importantly, she won't require you to be perfect just to feel worthy of her loyalty. But the wrong woman, she'll leave the moment your crown slips. She'll entertain emotional substitutes, men who validate her ego when you're too focused building a future. She'll make you feel like a burden when all you're trying to be is a man on his path. That's not love, that's a silent betrayal, one that poisons you slowly while she smiles like nothing's wrong. And if you ignore it, you begin to shrink. You begin to walk softer, speak less, take fewer risks. Not because you've changed, but because your spirit has been wounded by emotional disloyalty. And here's the truth no one wants to say. Most men don't leave women because they're too much. They leave because the woman is no longer with them in spirit. And the man had no words to explain the ache in his soul. That ache is real, and if you feel it now, and that constant tension, that silent doubt, that lack of connection, then you already know what you must do. You walk, not to hurt her, not to prove a point, but to protect your spirit from further damage, because when a woman truly loves you, she aligns with your energy. She speaks life into your mission. She guards your weaknesses. She reflects your power back to you. She's loyal not just in where she sleeps, but in how she sees you, how she honors you, and how she speaks your name when you're not around. And if that's not what you're getting, you're not loved. You're convenient. Let her go, even if your heart still beats for her, even if the history is deep, even if you fear the silence after she's gone, because sometimes silence is the only path back to your full power, and that power is worth everything. A man who stays with a woman who is loyal only in body but absent in spirit eventually becomes a ghost of the man he was born to be. Don't let that be your story. Drop a comment below if you've ever felt unseen, unsupported, or spiritually betrayed by someone you loved. Your honesty might give another man permission to finally walk away. So let's bring it all home. If she doesn't respect your masculine energy, if she can't give you emotional peace, if she doesn't believe in your mission, and if her loyalty exists only in body, not in spirit, then brother, she's not your woman. You weren't put on this earth to convince someone of your worth. You weren't made to shrink, to beg, to chase, or to carry the emotional weight of a relationship all on your own. You were made to lead, to build, and to rise. The truth is, walking away isn't giving up. It's choosing yourself over slow destruction. It's honoring your soul more than your feelings. It's drawing a line, not out of anger, but out of sacred standards. The Stoic Golden Tribe isn't about bitterness. It's about awakening. It's about helping men everywhere remember that their value doesn't depend on approval. It's in their presence, their peace, and their purpose. So if this message hit home, if it stirred something deep in you, then let it be more than just words. Let it be your wake-up call, because the greatest act of self-respect is the willingness to walk away from anything or anyone that dims your light. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever had to walk away to protect your peace? Or are you still trying to find the strength to do it? Speak up. Your story matters. And if this message spoke to you, help us spread it. Like this video, share it with a brother who needs this truth, and subscribe to Stoic Golden Tribe, where men come to remember who they truly are. Until next time, stand firm, walk strong, and never trade your soul for temporary comfort.